So man, I hope it's not too early to get sentimental here, but just feel like we've really made a connection. You know, God, you guys are really drawing me out of my shell. But, you know, the one thing I want to talk about, the first time that I made love into a woman, you know, sorry that came out a bit more crudely than I'd intended. Start that joke again. There, we got a reset. Perfect. Cool. Do over. Okay, so I did want to talk about, you know, the first time that I did make love to a lady, it was actually very romantic, you know, and I just mention it because I've heard a lot of people, their first time, not so romantic. Maybe some people here. We can go around later just kind of one by one and ask, oh, perfect. Most people aren't into it. But for me, my first time, very romantic because, stupid, you know, I remember what I had done is I put candles kind of just all across the dash. You know, it was just like, oh, yeah, just every girl's dream. You know, it was just like rose petals in the ashtray. And it was just like the softest smell of pine, kind of like dangling from the mirror. But I guess if I did have to say one bad thing about it, it's that afterwards the melted wax kind of took a while to clean up. And anyway, that's the reason I was almost late tonight. So it's like,
I'm not a good recipient of the sexy whisper, you know? If a guy's like, oh, hey, girl. I wanna do that thing. What? I wanna do that thing. Say it. Again, babe. I wanna do that. Just say it out loud. Bad posture. I recently did a corporate event. I know, right? And this woman came up to me afterwards, and she was like, "Oh my God." She's like, ugh, if I was a lesbian, you would so be my type. She's like, oh, sorry. I've had a wine. Oh, wine, bitch, you're a lesbian.
Great, man, you get to go home. I'm bringing my wife home for Christmas, and like we just went home for Thanksgiving, and we were sleeping, and my parents were sleeping. She's like, do you think we should have sex while your parents are sleeping? Don't you think it'd be exciting if we have sex while your parents? I'm like, no! I've had sex in my parents' house while they're sleeping. It's not exciting. It looks like a cat in the alley trying to eat. Like, my wife always wants to have sex by candlelight. Do you think we should light some candles? No! I'm gonna burn the fucking house down. You know how I flail about when I fuck? I don't know why women always want to have sex by candlelight. I like to fuck by closet light. 100 times safer, ladies, 100 times. You close the door, you flip the switch, and there's just enough light to not see how gross your balls are.
My boyfriend and I are on very different pages sexually, unfortunately. I'd like to have sex like maybe once or twice a week. This sexual beast would like to have it maybe once a month. We've had sex 6 times in 2019. Yeah, don't worry, guys. July is coming. Okay. Yeah. I'm not though, obviously. I've got naturally blonde hair. I dyed it brown because I thought it might spice things up a bit. It did not. No, it did absolutely nothing. One time I was in our bed and I was trying to use my vibrator, but it wasn't working. It wouldn't turn on. And so he came in and I saw this as an opportunity. And I was like, babe, my vibrator's like not working. Can you fix it for me? And he fixed it and left the room. He was like, babe, I'm just trying to give you your privacy. I was like, please don't leave me. You never been more sad crying and masturbating to a photo of your own goddamn boyfriend on your phone while he's in the next room on the couch watching the Gilmore Girls. I would travel with something metal in my pocket just so they would take me aside and pat me down so I could have some sort of human contact. You know? I googled it. I googled my boyfriend won't have sex with me. Guess what comes up? That's right, you guessed it. Nothing. Nothing at all comes up.
You know, they say you should never ask a woman a question you don't want to know the answer to. I'm gonna go a step further. Fellas, never ask a woman a question you gonna remember the answer to, all right? Here we go. So in my last relationship, in the first 3 months, my girl said, Clint, I trust you. Ask me anything and I'll answer honestly. The question I asked her that I needed to know, and I don't need anybody here judging me, I said, what's the longest you've ever driven just to have sex? It's a very important question you gotta ask your lady tonight, fellas. You gotta know how committed to the dick she is. Okay, since we all wanna act like we the Virgin show up in here, women only, round of applause. How many women in here drove a substantial distance, meaning over an hour, just to have sex, make some noise? How far you drive? 2 hours. Is that the dick you drove for? No? It's gonna be a long ride when y'all go home tonight, yo. My last girlfriend told me she drove 11 hours for sex. I said, man, that must have been some impeccable penis. Fast forward a year later, we in a relationship. And I said, babe, I miss you. I can't wait to come home, because when I come home, you coming over and it's going down. And she said, no, it's not, because I'm tired and I don't feel like driving that far. And that's when my fucking memory kicked in. And I'm like, bitch, you only live 10 minutes away. What you mean you don't feel like driving that far? And I learned this at that moment. Fellas, pay attention. Fellas, pay attention. Connor, pay attention. Get off your phone. Never try to out-petty a woman during an argument. You always gonna lose. See, when men argue, all we wanna do is say something, make you hurt a little bit. It hurt, it's over. Women, on the other hand, when y'all argue, it's like in the back of your mind, there's an imaginary brother on your shoulder yelling in your ear, Mortal Kombat's finish him, and y'all wanna go for the fucking jugular, yo. No! All I said was, I bet you if I was that other brother, you'd have drove 11 hours to come see me. And she said, haha, you know what, you right. And if he's there, you let me know and I'll be there in 5 minutes. That shit ain't funny, man. Fuck y'all, yo.
I like talking about this stuff. I like talking about body stuff. I worked in sexual health education for 7 years. I think, thank you. I think we need to be having more conversations about this, more like, you know, age-appropriate, comprehensive conversations. So I always love to ask, did you guys have sex ed growing up? Yeah. Yes, okay, a lot of you, yes. Do you remember anything you learned? No, any like tidbits? No, nothing? Yeah, not your fault. We have a failed system. We have a messed up system, right? Like, I think it's a problem that the only thing I remember from sex ed is that my reproductive system looks like the logo for the Texas Longhorns. Right. I was talking to a friend of mine who said that in her sex ed they had to learn how to put condoms on bananas, which I think is our nation's greatest downfall right there. We're just teaching youth to expect bananas. That's a generous fruit. Maybe we start with a baby carrot. Gentlemen, if there's a lady next to you clapping at that one. Ooh. Sorry.
I'm learning this about women. Stop asking a woman how many people she has sex with. A, it's not your business, and B, she's not gonna tell you the truth. Because all women have people that don't count in their head. Like all women start dismissing dicks when you ask them that. They have dicks that don't count. Like if it was too small, it didn't count. It didn't last long, it didn't count. I didn't feel nothing, it didn't count. It's like a mad problem. If I had sex with 10 guys, I only felt 3. I've only had sex, no bitch, it's still 10. Guys, we don't do that, we count everybody. Remember the bitch with no neck? I took her down. Remember the bitch in the wheelchair? I rolled over there and I got that. We don't care. You ever ask your girl how many people she had sex with? And you can see her start dismissing dicks off her face, like right in front of you? Like, watch my hand, it go like this. Babe, how many people you had sex with? No. You ever see her relive the best sex she ever had in her life, like right in front of your face? I feel like this, every man, we all want a freaky woman. Need you to understand that. We all want you to be the freakiest woman we could think of. We don't want to have to watch porn. We want you to do that. But here's the catch. Don't let your freak out too soon. Like, don't let it out the first day. Like, let us think we're teaching you something. It's for our ego. We want to think you haven't done that with everybody else. You know what I mean? So, like, when you down there, like, just say stupid shit like, oh, my God, I've never juggled balls like this. Just say it. Like, we know you have, but it's for our pride. Like, when you're going down on us, just, like, play the game. It's for our pride. Like that? Like that? Okay, like that? Oh, okay, like that? We know in the back of your head, like, I've been sucking dick since 98. He think he teaching me something.
I think it's weird. We have weird ways that we talk about sex. We compare sex to baseball. I think that's kind of weird, right? First base kissing, second base touching, we're kind of stupid. Whoever made up that analogy forgot that in baseball, there's a whole other team that's like, stop! We don't want you to go any further! Right? Sex is not like baseball. Sex is like bobsledding. You get 2 or 4 people, whatever your pref. Get them together in some tight quarters. You gotta work together. You gotta finish together. And the Jamaicans always surprise you.
You guys are probably gonna notice that my voice still cracks, guys, and it's pretty fucked up. 'Cause I graduated college. That shit's not supposed to happen anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's embarrassing, dude. Like, no one ever takes me seriously, dude. Like, imagine if I was a cop. You know what I mean? Like, you want to slow down for me and shit. You know, I can't be like, hey, I said, pull over. Yeah, you in the blue car. I don't even need a whistle. I just be like, stop. You know what I'm saying? She'll be fucked up, man. It's messed up, dude. Like, I think, my whole voice cracking thing is what, messed up my pussy game for a while. This is actually a true story, man. This is a true story. I actually didn't lose my virginity till I was 23, man. And I'm 23, man. So, yeah, you guys can clap for that, Hollywood. This one shit gets real, motherfuckers. I lost my virginity to a black chick. Yeah. I did it for the street cred. It's a true story, man. My swagger, if you will. But the way it happened was, right, this is actually a true story. She actually came up to me after the show, and she gave me her number and, like, a balled-up napkin. I'm like, damn, this girl is romantic, right? So, I called her that night, and we ended up going to the Yard House, and, she starts ordering drinks and all that kind of stuff, and, and I paid for the whole meal, because, I heard if you pay for the whole meal, then, the girl got some responsibilities and shit, right? So it seemed to be going all right, like, she was like, oh my God, you so nice, you want to come over? I was like, oh my, this could be the day, and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. And so I go to her house, right? And she had the mood set up nice, right, guys? She had, candles lit. She had R&B playing. She had Ciroc. You guys know what Ciroc is? It's Puff Daddy's vodka. I had peach flavor. I still remember the flavor and shit. We're getting drunk. We're taking shots. We're getting real drunk. But, we started making out. But I never made out before, so I'm doing things I see in the movies. I started licking her face and shit. I was like, I was like, oh shit. Her sweat tasted like Black and Miles and cocoa butter and shit. I was like, it's not bad. It's just, it's not bad. but I had to make my way to the bedroom, right, guys? So I ended up picking her up, you know, with these muscles. I picked her up. I was like, oh shit, damn. I threw her on the bed. I was like, ah. I tried to talk dirty for once too. I was like, girl, I'm about to give you some of this Kung Pao. You know what I'm saying? Some of this broccoli and beef and shit. Hit her with that Panda Express. This shit was wild. But I didn't know, guys, I don't know, some of you guys are drinking and shit. I didn't know when you get real drunk, it affects your performance down there. I'm like, oh, come on, Dick, wake up. He's like, nah, man, I'm good and shit. That's a rock, got me chilling. I'm like, motherfucker. Waited 23 years for this. You gonna do me wrong now? That was so bad, dude. But it did happen though, guys, on June 3rd. And shit. I was so happy. Oh shit, man. That's what's up.